I'd like to invite our distinguished guest to kindly take position on stage to begin the ceremony. May I kindly invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Kwa Ten Khan, Deputy Chairman, Board of Directors, HRDF. Yang Berbahagia Datuk Michael Kang, Member of the Board of Directors, HRDF. And Yang Berusa, Mr. Elangilian Venugopal, the Chief Executive of HRDF, to kindly take their places on stage. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as Professor Dr. Henry put it, thank you for being here for the last 2 days and thank you for remaining engaged with us. We'd like to share with you snippets of the 2-day event which we've collected, and we'd like to present them to you via this montage. We direct your attention to the screen. A very good morning and a warm welcome. Thank you for joining us for the HRDF Conference and Exhibition 2018. And we hope that you will have a fruitful event over the last 2 days that you will be here with us.
Firstly, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my personal gratitude to the Minister of Human Resources, Yang Berhormat M. Kulasegaran, for gracing this event. We look forward to your continued support beyond this conference as well.
Thank you for honoring me with the opportunity to officiate the HRDF Conference and Exhibition 2018. On behalf of the Human Resource Ministry, I take this opportunity to congratulate HRDF for the many good it has done to the talent ecosystem over the years, and for the many good it will continue to do towards upskilling and reskilling of the Malaysian workforce.
I think it's a very important event for the HR community and where we can network with all the HR professionals and learn a lot from each other.
I think it's been great, well organized. Love the fact that I could actually network with people over here, and it's been a good experience so far.
Kita akan dapat lebih ramai kenalan-kenalan dalam bisnes perniagaan, iaitu dalam bahagian latihan. Sudah tentu saya akan join untuk event ini kerana ianya sangat-sangat berguna untuk kita.
I must say I learned a lot from him. He was very energetic and a lot of good things to share with us.
I've met some great people. I assume will come in handy along my career path, and I've learned a lot of things from the HRDF policies, basically different type of policies. So yeah, it's been great.
Definitely, we will come again next year because I think, yes, there's a lot of things you can explore and you can learn through this event.
I hope you really had a good time, ladies and gentlemen. And also I want to thank one group of unsung heroes, our sketch posters. Now, if you notice, they actually surmise everything all the speakers say into nice little graphics, and you can view their work upstairs at the exhibition booth. Can we give them a round of applause? It's not really easy to do what they do. And we also want to thank our amazing lineup of speakers. Can we give them a round of applause? They flew many miles to be here with us. We thank them for their sharing and their expertise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it was not an easy task, but you did it. You chose the best exhibitor. On that note, I'd like to invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Kwa Ten Khan, Deputy Chairman of the Board of Directors, to kindly present this illustrious award, the Best Exhibitor. Every year, the HRDF Conference and Exhibition will acknowledge the best exhibitor who demonstrates outstanding practices to display and highlight their products at our exhibition. All exhibitors are entitled to participate in this award, and it was judged on their display and setup from the 27th to the 28th of November 2018. Booths are judged according to these criteria: attraction, product and messaging, and staff performance. So without further ado, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, for the year 2018. The Best Exhibitor Award goes to booth number 35 and 36 with an average score of 50.75. Congratulations, MAB Academy, Sandiran Berhad. A big round of applause to the MAB Academy, Sandiran Berhad. And thank you for all your votes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them another big round of applause. They set the bar this year. Next year, we look forward to all of you challenging that bar. And with that award presentation, I would now like to invite Yang Berbahagia Dato' Kuatin Khan to kindly deliver the closing remarks for the HRDF Conference and Exhibition 2018.
I'm glad to see a lot of people still around, so that's very good. I think probably more because of the panel session than the closing. And I asked the management to make sure we follow quickly, don't have a gap. But I also am glad that I came early, and because I wasn't able to attend all the sessions, and I was able to come early and had it was very interesting panel session. Doctor, I wish you and your panelists could have continued, and we can forget about the closing. Anyway, I have to do this task. So, Yang Berbahagia Dato' Michael Kang, member of the Board of Directors, HRDF. Yang Berusaha, Mr. Alan Jelian Venugopal, Chief Executive, HRDF, HRDS Board of Directors, heads of department and agencies under the Ministry of Human Resources, respected partners, sponsors, and speakers of the HRDF Conference and Exhibition 2018, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to all of you. We have reached the end of the 18th HRDF Conference and Exhibition. And as we prepare to bid farewell to each other, obviously with a tinge of sadness, I think, but I see a lot of excitement still going on. I think you can still continue, Doctor, if you want to. I'm also sure that we all live with the excitement, as I said, of having shared and acquired new knowledge and tools that we can take back to our workplace to further enhance our human capital. It is a privilege and really an honor for me to be entrusted with closing this important event for HRDF, especially as it is a gathering of such distinguished human capital and learning and development professionals and practitioners from really across the world, not just Asia Pacific, but also across the world, and across all fields of government, corporate, industry, and academia. If I'm not wrong, we have something like 1,200 attendees, so that's one of the biggest conferences I've ever attended, So in this regard, on behalf of the HRDF Board of Directors, I wish to congratulate and thank the management team, and specifically the managing team under Puan Munir, for our job well done. And I know this has been done, but I also want to thank our conference partners, sponsors, exhibitors, and especially the speakers who shared their experience, knowledge, and tools, and thus imparting valuable lessons, I hope, to all of us who participated in this event. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to conclude this year's conference and exhibition with a quick recap of what we have learned during the 2 days. To be honest, I think I learned a lot more just now at the panel session, having missed some of the sessions, but I'm glad that my speech was tailored around the right topics and how we see it all fitting into our overall learning and development landscape in our workplace in particular and Malaysia in general. First of all, obviously, the message by our Yang Berhormat Minister of Human Resources, M. Kulasekaran, was loud and clear. We have to embrace the digital age. Yang Berhormat mentioned that more than ever, it is crucial for our local talent to be upskilled and reskilled to handle a more automated workplace where a lot of manual and repetitive work will no longer be done by humans. Now, in this respect, the Minister noted the key role employers will be required to play in changing their approach to HR and learning and development as part of the strategy to compete in the digital age. Now, the panel, I noted, there was a question and discussion concerning AI, and I think the discussion went on about how people were not worried about losing their jobs. I think you've forgotten one very important sector. I think a lot of drivers, people who do repetitive work in the factories, maybe even service industry, will argue that I think I need to worry about my job. So I would even go further, therefore, that in the theme of this event, and obviously what HRDF is trying to do, I will go even further to say that employers are co-investors along with the government and industry towards ensuring that employees are suitably equipped with specialized and technical skills for the digital age. There is a big sector of our employees who definitely will be affected by the digital age, whether it is AI or whether it's just simple robotics. So this is important, I think, even more important than investment that people spend on equipment, to embrace the digital age. To this end, it is in line with our HRDF vision that every single employee must be trained, especially the bottom 40% group. And this is the group we are referring to. And I'm sure you have heard also our minister emphasizing that the government wants to focus on training for this group, the bottom 40% group that basically are the people who are earning, by our definition, 3,900 ringgit and below a month salary. Because the repetitive skill sets, which are predominantly what they do, are the most impacted by digitalization. And towards this end, I hope the sessions on digitalization and the new learning paradigms that were presented in the last 2 days have provided all of you with key insights into upskilling your human capital by making the experience of the learner more personalized and widespread through social, mobile, analytic, and cloud technologies. Don't ask me what they all mean, please. Because I'm sure we are all still trying to find out. Thus ensuring they are well equipped for the challenges of IR 4.0. Coming specifically to the growth of our Malaysian talent, I would like to urge the HRDF registered employers to give priority to the upskilling and reskilling of your employees, for which HRDF will ensure maximum financial assistance will be given from the HRDF levy fund that has been collected. And in this regard, I must make a mention of Malaysia's small and medium enterprises, the SMEs, who make up the bulk of our registered employers, especially those in the manufacturing and services sector. The training, development, and retention of your local employees are crucial towards the success of your organization. Now, securing the right talent is no longer, I think, your biggest challenge, but more how you are working towards optimizing the talent that you have by identifying the gaps and the readiness of their skills in supporting your business goals. In this regard, I hope you had more than, and I hope there are a lot of SME companies represented here. I hope you have more than a few key takeaways from the plenary session on talent development as employee branding. I heard some of that being mentioned during the panel, and I think that is a very important key thing that SMEs, I think, can adopt. As various studies have indicated, learning and development in SMEs are mostly driven by the employees themselves. As such, SME owners must come to the realization that training doesn't always have to be structured. Therefore, you will need to arrange more informal learning opportunities, more kind of on-the-job and just-in-time kind of learning, which has a clear and direct connection between the employee skills and your business needs. Now, we have a real problem in Malaysia of a lot of foreign workers, for those of you who are not familiar. And I think this is an issue that has now landed on our minister's lap. The foreign workers is now part of his responsibility. And I think he really wants to, and I think the government is supportive of this, to change that and to have more, to have companies employ more local employees. And I think this is where, obviously due to the shortage of manpower, we have to employ a lot more foreign workers. But I think the digital age, more robotics, more automation, will definitely help us to localize faster. But in order to do that, we need to upskill our people. So in support of this, the HRDF board has already directed, we have actually directed our management to review the certification criteria for in-house trainers. Thus far, I think a lot of the focus is on very structured training provided in a class, mainly classroom kind of environment. We have asked management to review the certification criteria for in-house trainers so that more employers can benefit from HRDF's financial assistance when they carry out in-house training. Yeah, that's good. Now, before closing, I also wish to reiterate that HRDF will continue to harmonize our efforts with the Ministry of Human Resources to encourage and support more collaboration via industry engagement for the greater good of our registered employers and the country. We look forward to your support towards HRDF's programs and give you our assurance that we are reforming. I'm sure you all have heard of the town hall and the governance oversight committee, and you know we'll be changing quite a lot of things, and we will uphold our public service to the highest standards of integrity and governance. I'm confident that through initiatives and flagship events such as this, HRDF will be able to promote the importance of higher skilled talent that will thrive and enjoy a higher income in a high technology and developed national economy. This is the aspiration of our government, and HRDF has a crucial role in ensuring our human capital is also well developed and ready to help and achieve and sustain it. Now, I heard a lot about storytelling, so I've come to the end part of my closing now, so bear with me a few more minutes. I have a lot of stories to tell, actually. But I think I will need another 2 hours. And by then, I think I only have one person in the audience left. But in closing, I'd like to share with you something that has been guiding me actually throughout my whole career. The motto of my alma mater, my former university, Monash University. I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. It's an Italian word called ancora imparo. It's a saying attributed to Michelangelo. So I'm sure everyone knows Michelangelo, which means I am still learning. Ancora imparo, I am still learning. Now, I believe this is very apt for what we have gathered here trying to do and will continue to do. And let me just tell a little bit of story since we are into storytelling. The best proponent of this motto, although it didn't come from Monash, is none other than our Prime Minister, I think, Tun Dr. Mahathir. Many years ago, when I first became a CEO and had a chance to have a meeting with him, I was amazed and frankly humbled by how much knowledge he knew about my particular industry and the kind of questions he could ask that you don't expect a busy... This was during his first term, by the way, when he was 76 years old. Okay, so imagine here's a 76-year-old Prime Minister of the country asking you specific questions about your industry. So obviously he's done his homework before the meeting. And we had some tough questions too from him, by the way. So we had to come back to him. We didn't have the answers straight away as well. So he was very sharp. And after that, I met his son, and I said, how does your father do it? You know, he's at his age, he's so busy, he still, takes time, and he can still know so much. And this is the days before, I think, the internet and Google became very advanced, mind you, okay? I'm talking about at the turn of the new millennium, okay, around 2000 or so. And his son said, look, he's the same at home. He has the curiosity of a child, apparently. If he doesn't understand something, if he sees something new, he will keep asking questions until he understands it. And I think that really exemplifies what I'm trying to mention here, that this thing about I'm still learning. To be humble enough and curious enough to not want to stop learning, I think is definitely key to having that desire to pursue the self-improvement, which is in turn is key, I think, to organizations achieving their training objectives. And you know, another example of our Prime Minister, we are really lucky to have him back for a second term. Just now there was a discussion about multi-generational culture. Our cabinet is even worse than this multi-generational culture you talked about. You started from baby boomers. We have a prime minister who is the oldest in the cabinet is our prime minister, who's 93, and the youngest minister is, I think, 72 years older, younger. He's 25 years old. So talk about multi-generational, 93 and 25-year-old in the cabinet. And I think it is testament to Tun Mahathir's, I think, constant belief in wanting to learn, and I think he's probably more social and media savvy than a lot of us. He's probably more IT savvy than all of us. Which comes to my point, I think the whole point of this event, digitalization. I think digitalization will cut through all the things that the panelists were talking about, the generational gap, the fear of being reprimanded, if you speak too much, So digitalization, I think, is the enabler rather than the thing to fear, So I think that is the key message that certainly I think we can take from this conference, and definitely HRDF will help to pursue. So our collective challenge, therefore, I think must surely be how to motivate employees to have this desire, this desire to want to keep learning, because change is coming, digitalization is coming, and if we don't learn, we are going to be left behind. We either have the worst case scenario, no jobs, or we are going to not be able to compete. So to have this desire, we need the right strategies, the right programs, and the right tools. So with that, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I hereby declare this HRDF Conference and Exhibition 2018 closed. I look forward to seeing all of you. Drive safe, be safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mbahagi Dato' Kwa. We'd like to invite all of you to kindly remain on stage. And please don't leave just yet. We're going to take a wee fee to kind of bring things to an official close. So everyone, please kindly stand up and mash it down the middle. Pack it down the middle. So everybody in the middle, you can basically stay where you are. But if you're on the right and left aisles, please kindly join all your friends in the middle. And we're about to take one giant wee-fee. Dato' Kwa, if you're ready, everybody, make some noise. All right, let's try that one more time, Dato' Kwa, on a count of 3. Hey, only one noise only I heard lah. All right, that's more like it. That looked like almost 1,200 people. 3, 2, 1. You do know it's a still photo. You can stop waving. Camera, are you done? Do you want one more shot? Okay, you're good. He's good. Everybody's good. Thank you very much for joining us at the HRDF Conference and Exhibition 2018. We look forward to seeing you again next year. Take care and have a great day ahead.